So part A then gives us this curve y equals x over x minus 2, which has got asymptotes at y equals 1 and x equals 2, and asks us to sketch it under the transformation f of x minus 1. So this is a horizontal translation of 1 unit to the right. So my asymptote here at y equals 1 is going to stay as it is, but my asymptote here that was at x equals 2 is moving over 1 unit to the right, so this is now x equals 3. And the question asks for the equations of the asymptotes, so you want to write them down as y equals 1 and x equals 3, not just a 1 and a 3. And then all we've got to do is then draw the graph again. So this one's going to come down here, and then this one is going to go up here. Be careful when you draw these graphs. Make sure your curve doesn't cross the asymptotes, needs to approach it, and make sure it doesn't go away from it again. You don't want a curve curving away from the asymptote. Be careful when you draw them. Part B then wants the coordinates of the points where the curve crosses the axes, so basically these 2 points here. So our new curve is going to be the original one, but with every x replaced by an x minus 1. So x minus 1 on the top, and on the bottom x minus 1 minus 2. So this means our curve is x minus 1 over x minus 3. Now on the y-axis x equals 0, so y would be 0 minus 1 over 0 minus 3, which is a third. So one point of intersection would be 0, a third. And then similarly on the x-axis y is equal to 0. So 0 equals x minus 1 over x minus 3. Now it's the numerator that must be equal to 0 because the denominator can't be. So x minus 1 is 0, so x equals 1. So my second point of intersection would be at 1, 0.